What's up, you all? Welcome to the Jay Wilson experience. I hope you all enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you. We will make you do a lot of things over here today. How y'all doing? Hey, we will make you clap. We will make you do this. Mhm. Baby, we blowing it up. It could be diabolical, very urgent. And Lord Jesus, if lovely love come over here, it could be this. Okay, so we'll see what goes on. So let me say hello to everybody. What's up, Broom Shaker? How you doing? What's up, Gubs Girl? What's up, 4 pieces of tilapia? What's up, King? Zero tolerance. Ooh, you was mentioned today. Yes, you were mentioned today. You were mentioned today. Your house is trash. You still got that City Trends pictures and that Dollar Tree frames. You still got them glass coffee tables. Girl, your whole house is trash. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I just think it's funny. This hoe got pictures all up on the ceiling. Okay, looking like the haunted mansion at Walt Disney World, and she want to call somebody stuff trash. She's still rocking gold frames. Girl, bye. Anyway, I'll add you up when I'm finished. I'm sorry, I got work to do. And so I'll add you up. Stop trying to be relevant in the sector after being gone. Okay, I hate y'all non-relevant hoes. And then y'all try to come up and be relevant on people's dime. Wait, hoe, I'll let you up. But damn, I was gonna speak very well of you. But since you acting like a little biatch, you just gotta wait. My God, today. Okay, this hoe got pictures all up here. You got to look way up here just to see the pictures. She got her TV way up here. You got to look at the TV like this. This bitch don't know nothing about level. Okay, she don't know nothing about level. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, wait. Okay. Anyway, so how y'all doing today? Hey, hey, Ian Bear, Gubs girl. Okay, what's up, A Train? Anyway, you all, I am here to talk about the lemon situation with the Rick Reed situation. And I actually heard a couple of people, and I really didn't know all of this was going on with Rick Reed until later on. And so I'm like, wow. But let me say this. Let me say this to Crusty Feet. First of all, Crusty Feet, ho, you can't make nobody look bad. You know, it kills this JJ Fad 1980s glass wearing Inspector Gadget dressing, got a she shed in the woods hoe. Still ain't changed them flows out and got that shag carpet with that hobby, okay, easy bake oven, fireplace in her house, hoe, trying to talk. Now, ho, when you the one who said you was at the foot wash, now, if y'all don't know about the foot wash, you want to call somebody nasty. Your man don't even have the decency to take you somewhere decent when y'all first was starting off. He actually took you to the foot wash. Do y'all know what go to foot wash? Traveling hoes, traveling hookers, traveling prostitutes. And we know about foot wash because a woman called her husband in a tent at the foot wash. Baby took him out. And they be hunching in the woods and stuff like that. You can get Zika, okay? And that's where she going. And she got the nerve to call somebody nasty for the mere fact that you would even breathe out of your black lips that you went to foot wash. Girl, I mean, you were actually there. Okay, let me move right along. I just had to really straighten that out because this whole was in the presence of hookers, pimps, and people swapping wives and stuff all in the woods and in tents. And this is in the middle of nowhere, so you know the hoe didn't get no hotel room. Anyway, let me move on. I mean, a foot washing hoe could never. Anyway, moving right along. Right along. Anyway, I just had to say that because she was acting like somebody real nasty. I'm like, nasty. You out in the woods where people hunch hoe. You out in the woods where people swapping fluids and husbands and wives and stuff. And you got the audacity. Oof. Anyway, moving right along. I just can't. A stank hoe could never. That's why I know you and Shakim kind of distantly related. Because baby, they said she was smelling like onions in Myrtle Beach. They said she went right in there, didn't even take a bath, and went right on out. And they said she smelled like garlic, onions, and liver with Cheetos. And the only reason why they said she smelled halfway decent because D. Ramsey was trying to give a spiritual bath. Moving right along. Ooh, these hoes. It's the stanky ones who always got so much to say. Anyway, baby, she had on that Inspector Gadget dress, honey. I mean, baby, them things came up to her thighs. She had them big old prison thighs, okay? And then she had that Inspector Gadget dress on with some wedges, okay? With some wedges. And then had that Shirley Temple hairdo, looking like on the good ship, lollipop. Okay, looking like Shirley Temple over there with that 8th grade hairdo. And them JJ Fad 1980 Supersonic. Summer Lama, yeah, that's it. Them JJ Fad glasses. Okay, them bootleg knockoff gazelles. Girl, you better go somewhere and sit down. That hoe look like she sucked her thumb too. Anyway, moving right along. Let me get off of that crusty feet. Can't go back into Walmart hoe. I'm telling you, these hoes got me messed up. And she want to act like somebody was nasty, but yeah, she was at foot wash. The foot wash, hunching in the woods in Union, Alabama. Anyway, let me move right along. So I did not know that Lemon had got with Rick Reed before he even came over. And I was just like, wow. And Rick Reed really treated Lemon like dirt. And I didn't know what was going on. Now, I will say Lemon wasn't grinding his pelvic area, but Rick Reed said that's what he was doing. And the same exact thing, as far as what was said on my channel. So I don't really know what was going on. I'm going to drop the link in a few minutes, y'all. I'm not dropping the link until I finish my commentary. They're going to have to wait. Everybody's going to have to wait. Now, what's that? King Zero Tolerance. They say you on that Tina allegedly, and I know that Tina make you very anxious. I know you very gibbery over there because that Tina makes you allegedly very anxious. But you're gonna have to wait. Now, if you need to clean out and go to the bathroom and rock back and forth and wean that shit out, then you can. But right now, you're gonna have to wait, okay? Because they say you on that Tina real bad allegedly. Okay. So anyway, let me move on. So I'm like, oh man. So Rick Reed said, but let me tell you what Rick Reed did say that was truthful. Ain't nobody thirsting over these folks. Do you know if somebody wanted to sleep with these hoes, all you got to do is give them a chicken dinner. It ain't too much or nothing. For example, let's look at ZT. Baby, Rico could have had it all. Okay, now she act like she didn't like Rico, but baby, hey, from what I hear, it was a lot of stuff going on. It said somebody had a really doo-doo booty. Somebody said they don't know what an enema is. They don't know how to clean their butt. And they said that booty over there was smelling like Fresh Kills garbage dump over there. Okay, now that's what Rico said. Rico said that booty was ripe like a banana. Now that's what Rico said. I don't know. But I don't deal with hoes with dirty fingernails and bumps on their lip anyhow. I don't deal with hoes that look like they retaining water in their chest. And I don't mess with hoes that have pictures way up on their ceiling and shit. And be wearing and be having Dollar General frames and 1980 glass coffee tables. I don't mess with hoes like that. I don't mess with hoes who mess with retarded men talking about something. I beseech thee. No. I don't mess with hoes with dirty floors when they jeans is white and then they get up and it look like it's gray. I don't mess with hoes like that. I don't. I don't. So, but what Rick Reed did say was true. Nobody is thirsty. I just couldn't believe Lemon did that. And I'm like, what is possessing you to do that? I was shocked. I was shocked. I thought I was gonna see a face. I thought I was gonna see the eye move this way, then up like this, and then back right here. Okay, I was looking at the eye. Okay, I didn't know I was gonna get tattoo people touching their chest like this. Ooh, there goes my shirt right over my head. Oh my, ooh, I'm turning red. Who could this be? He looked over to the left. He was feeling so good he had to touch himself. He looked over to the left. It was a lot of looking over to the left. Ho, if anybody's sick, you look sick. This is coming from the hoe with the bump on her lip. This is coming from the hoe with the abscess on her fingers. In the baby shark teeth. Ho, you've been looking sick for a long time. A long time. It looked like you was on crack and other stuff. But I'm gonna tell you something, ho. I look 1,000 times better than you. Because I mean, look like you've been in the storm too long, ho. It looked like you've been in the oven too long, baby. You look like a piece of dried prune and a piece of hard leather over there. Your eyes is always red because you drank and you do that. And then we saw your relatives and all them alcoholics. I'm like, oh my God, all them alcoholics. And your teeth ain't right. I don't understand how you can be a nurse and your teeth is so unfragmented. I can't understand how your teeth are in that juxtaposition. I'm like, how does your teeth get in that juxtaposition? I'm like, really, how? And you a nurse? I mean, don't you have Medicaid, Medicare, something? What y'all got? And the whole teeth look like shredded glass over there. And one time she looked like she had water on her chest. Okay, I'm like, girl, is you got water on your chest? Okay, I mean, look like a whole crackhead over there. And then with that retarded boy over there in that bed without no headboard. That's another non-headless headboard hoe over there in that dirty and dog poop all over the place with plates all over the floor. And you think somebody want that? You's a nasty heifer. Baby, heifernomics ain't good for people. It ain't. And then the whole one got kicked out and evicted about 2, 3 times. I don't understand you this nurse, but be evicted. Are you in the same house? Because you was getting evicted every other week. This is the same hoe who almost got her head knocked in. Okay, that man wanted the phone and wanted to know why you ain't pick up his daughter. And you sat there and you didn't touch that phone because he would have clocked you. Okay? Same hoe who didn't get her card back because the ATM machine said no. Hey, bitch, you have negative numbers up in here. Girl, you better go sit down somewhere. It's these broke, busted bricks that be coming for me that with them jagged teeth. Now, walk around. Walk around. Looking all frail. Look like her bones are made of porcelain. Girl, move on. I ain't never seen no dirty fingered nurse. You couldn't even give me a shot, honey. Okay? Girl, you mess with her, you get sepsis. All them bacteria on her fingers. And then that big old bump on her lip. What you been sucking? Okay, where your lips been? Let me find out you over there with dimples at that glory hole getting stuff on your top lip. You ain't never seen me come up here with old big, old nasty camphophonique. Okay, big old wart right here on your lip. You better go sit down and walk around somewhere. Okay, this is a real hairboard, This is what wood and a hairboard look like. Okay? That bitch had the wall as a headboard. Okay, with them grease spots all up on that wall. Girl, you better go sit down somewhere. Okay, let me go on before I was so rudely interrupted. But let me know, I didn't know you had did all of that. And so, Lemon, I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know if you're trying to get content. I don't know what you're trying to do. But Lemon, don't do that no more. You know, zero tolerance. We know you're trying to get attention. Baby, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just did my PSAs for prostate cancer. I'm fine, ho. And I'll probably outlive you because you drank too much. Can you interview ZTX Nathan? Well, is Nathan still here or is he in jail? Is Nathan here in jail? Because all the men he with usually whooping his ass. He's another one. Baby, he was way before this Castro and Thomas shit. It was ZT. That's why he could relate because he done got his ass whooped about 2 or 3 times on the camera. I beseech thee. I beg of thee. I beg of thee. I'm like, that bitch got you speaking old English. I'm like, this bitch is speaking old English. I'm like, bitch. Okay, she is speaking Shakespeare. I'm like, how? I beg of thee. I'm like, not the King James Version. I'm like, ho. He probably is beating you. I beg of thee. I beg of them pants. I'm like, ho, how you start off with white pants and then that bitch is black, almost black. Okay, I thought that bitch was over there in the mug in Florida, in Clewiston, where they grow the sugar cane. Them dirty flows. This is why I don't be eating from hoes. This is why I don't do people potlucks. I beg of thee. I beg of thee. Getting her ass whooped. Anyway, let me go home. Baby, these hoes trying to get attention from Zaddy. Girl, move on. And then one time she had water so bad, baby, it looked like she just had water all up in her chest, all on her belly. And then she had them stick legs. Okay, she looked like a big old potato with stick legs. I'm like, what's wrong with this hoe? Is she retaining water? Okay, I'm like, do she need to get a water pill? Okay, bitch. I'm like, what is wrong? All up here, all big and bloated up here, and then got stick legs like that. And be the first one calling somebody sick. Baby, I thought you was on 1-800 Crack Street. I'm like, is this boy doing? And they say, the girls say you allegedly doing Tina. They said you be doing Tina. Okay? I hope you look better. Because the last time I saw you, honey, it looked like you was going through. Okay, moving right along. But anyway, so Lemon, it was shocking. And y'all, to be honest, if Vivian wasn't there, I wouldn't have believed it. But then, I don't know what possessed him to do that, but Rick Reed was right. Nobody is excited about that. You know what I'm saying? If you done dealt with quality folk, you done seen nice looking chests. You done seen that. And let me tell you something, the grass ain't always greener. Ain't nobody trying to take care of no grown man. My thing is, for the mere fact you still live with your mama and you got dogs poo-pooing and pee-peeing in your house, don't feel bad because this old gangy hoe, okay, with a bump on her lip, got dog poop in her house too. But I don't deal with people who got shag carpet and dogs. Because that's a recipe for poo-poo in your carpet and unfound pee. And I don't got that. And then again, I'm looking at that ZT. Ho, I ain't dealing with no man who got that big old Zenith Magnavox TV, and then you got a small TV on that. I'm like, what is Ho get this piece of furniture? I ain't never seen a TV that big before. That bitch swivel. And I mean, they use it as a card table. They use it as an ironing board. Then that bitch double back as a buffet for Thanksgiving. Oh my God, baby. Okay, then it's a table for the little children at Thanksgiving. Baby, that TV was a piece of furniture. And then how you gonna be putting your mama and auntie down in that basement with no doors? And then they close all up on the door and stuff. I'm like, ho. Okay, you don't even care about your mama. The best thing y'all had in that house was that civil rights door. Baby, I saw Martin Luther King. I saw Sojourner Truth. I saw all of them. Okay, I saw the slaves. I saw Kunta Kinte. All you had to do was touch that door, baby. It would transport you wherever you wanted to go. Baby, that is Emancipation Proclamation door. Baby, I believe Abraham Lincoln was doing the Gettysburg Address, and that's the tree they used to make that door. Honey, that door was screaming civil rights. That door was screaming freedom over me. Before I become a slave, I'll go to my grave singing, oh, freedom over me. Baby, that door was giving I have a dream. That door was giving Rosa come off the bus. Rosa ain't coming off that bus. It's giving me Poor People campaign. It's giving me all of that. Baby, it's just that one door. And what he was supposed to do was take that dough down and let me have that dough. Because, baby, I was going to do something with that dough. But that po-ho couldn't even take that shit down because he don't even have no money. He ain't have enough money to move himself. You think the hoe with all of this money she claims she have could get 2 men in a truck? That bitch up there packing stuff. Anyway, let me move on. Baby, it was giving Jane Pittman. That nigga, how Jane Pittman did, she drunk that water out that white water fountain. She sure did. She ain't let nobody stop her, baby. That door was giving all of that. Baby, you know the Secret Lives of Bees, when it was touching that wood thing and the people started fainting, that's what that dough giving. Honey, only one touch of that dough, baby. If you need healing, go to that dough. If you need to know why school is important, baby, touch that dough. It'll take you through when the slaves couldn't read. Baby, that dough right there had properties. It had magical properties on that dough. I felt that. And it was a wooden screen though. It wasn't aluminum. It was not aluminium. That bitch was not aluminium. That jank was wood and iron. Okay. And you can tell it because the paint had chipped off of it. Ooh, baby, that dough, it was like when you had to push it in the wintertime because it swelled up and you got to push it a little harder or lift it up. Baby, that's what that dough was giving. Okay, that dough was giving, we shall overcome. It was giving all that. Fannie Lou Hamer, y'all don't know this, but Fannie Lou Hamer came to Kansas. And it's a photo of her in that dough. And I think Fannie Lou was cooking a ham dinner that year in Kansas. And she too touched that dough. Fannie Lou Hamer. Y'all didn't know that. See, ZT lives in a historical registered home. At least that dough was. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all didn't know that. Y'all didn't know that. Yeah. Y'all didn't know that. He want to be very modest with that. But yeah. Fannie Lou Hamer cooked the Thanksgiving dinner. It was a ham. And they got a picture of her at that dough. Yeah, y'all didn't know that. Yeah, see? Anyway. So anyway, y'all. So the lemon thing is a lot. And lemon, they said you trying to scooch over it. But lemon, you was given very, how do I look? What do you think? And it was very confusing. It was overly gay. And I didn't know it happened to Rick Reed too. And I'm like, it happened to Rick Reed, and then you call Honest Row, and it was like you was looking for a lifeline, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And I hope you're okay. Baby, that dog was still singing, still away, still away, still away to Jesus, still away home. I ain't got long to stay. And then they broke out with hush, hush, Somebody's calling my name. Oh, hush, hush. Somebody's calling my name. Hush. Okay, honey, that door was given. Open up and let him in. Oh, open up and let him in. Heist up your windows. Open up your doors, baby. Baby, that door was given very civil rights. Okay, it was given very, very civil rights. Okay. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna let this down. But Lemon, I don't think you did yourself any favors by doing that. Now, let me tell you something, CT. I'm not going to argue with you. I really don't have time for foolishness. It's a new season. Now, I will drop you in a hot minute without warning. You'll be talking, and the next thing you know, you'll be talking to dead air because I need you to be intelligent. I need you to represent the nursing profession like a nurse. Now, we know you ain't an RN. We know you an LVN, no slight. But, we want to act like you done took pharmacology, anatomy 1 and 2, mother baby. Okay, we want to act like you done took some classes. Anyhow, because she trying to get back in the sector because nobody ain't going over there listening to them dry stories. So, when they leave and then they can't come back, they always got to find the content creator to help them out, child. Because nobody ain't coming over there for their own. Oh, my God. Okay. But anyway, y'all. Anyway, yeah. So Lemon, I just think that it was odd. I don't know if he was really drunk or not, but it was creepy. I'm not gonna lie, Lemon. And I'm not trying to exaggerate, but it was like, what you doing? What is the and maybe he wanted content. Maybe he wanted content. Read the Heart of Philadelphia told some truth too. I told you all, Goosey and Talent are just alike. Goosey, Talent, Bondirty, Ghetto, all they do is come over. They try to get y'all in situations so they can talk about you all because they already think that they are superior and better than you all over here. So that's what they do. And I've been telling you all that for the longest, even with Goosey. And this is why I don't pay Talent any attention and a lot of these people any attention because that's what they want is your attention. And they want you to go back and forth with them. And it's really not necessary. And now the girls are saying that Ness said that Talent was gay. And they said Talent ain't saying nothing. Now, I don't know if that's the case, but yeah. I don't give a damn what Goosey packing. I don't sleep with that hoe. That hoe ain't paying bills over here. See, y'all care about that shit. I don't care about that. I care about that. If you want to screw them, I mean, maybe that's important to you, but it ain't important to me. Yeah, all Goosey didn't want to do is cause y'all to look crazy. I mean, even with the boxing match, first of all, that's corny. I'm like, who's gonna do that? That was stupid. And then here come uh Lovely Love and stuff. And then I had to get her straight too. Because that two-faced hoe, I had to get her straight too. But again, I'm not gonna argue with these folks. I said exactly what I said. And I meant what I said. But baby, I told her if you're gonna use the two faces, that you use at least use the nice one. Cause she talking about something. Yeah, cause she said, I don't know what he doing to that dog. I'm like, is this whole insinuating bestiality? I'm like, are you serious? And then she didn't know what incongruent was. Child, let me move on. Uh-uh. Let me move right along. I call her ugly scrub, a lovely scrub, okay? And then she got real touch in her spirit when I started talking about her husband. I don't know why y'all always trying to make straight men gay. Well, I don't know. Ask ODS why he was having a conversation with your husband. That's who you need to be talking to. You need to talk to your husband. Because according to the girls, he was over there doing things. So again, nobody ain't saying he nothing. And then she want to bring my dude into it. But see, I'm glad that my dude ain't in DMs talking to people and all of this stuff. Child, it's just a mess. Just a mess over there. Girl, I don't know if they married or not, but I know that she could have went to jail. Okay, that boy was playing baseball and stuff, and here she come, throwing that ragged old piece of twat at that boy, and he don't know nothing. That's all he know is lovely love. Now he gonna get a real woman one day who got some tatas and some tight stuff, and who breath don't smell like cigarettes and E&J, and he gonna leave you. That hoe look like she wears socks to bed. I ain't lying. That hoe look like she wears socks to bed with flannels. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, she the one who said her credit score was toe down, and that's why she couldn't get the first place. That's what she said. If it's a lie, you told it. That hoe look like she do wear socks to bed. I'm talking about them heavy duty socks, them tube socks and shit. Anyway, these busted bricks got a lot to say. But again, Rick Reed pointed out a lot of stuff with Lemon. And Lemon, I don't know what your focus was, but yeah. And then you were drunk, and then you kept on saying Rick Reed, Rick Reed. You was calling out Rick Reed. And then, Rick said that he don't like big boys. You know, anyway, it was funny. And then he gave this busted lip hoe some compliments. He did call you ratchet, and he did say your furniture was and them pictures was Dollar Tree. But at least he gave you a little compliment, hoe. I mean, when she working good, she pay her rent. When she working good, and see, let me tell you something. Ain't no hoe who they gotta call the police to come to the house to break them up. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that ministry is. See, y'all young gays are violent. Y'all young gays are abusive, and I guess y'all grew up in abusive homes, and y'all don't know nothing but that. And then y'all think it's cute for y'all. I don't know nothing about that. That's what Rick Reed said. It was funny to me. Anyway, so y'all, what else is going on? I was really here to talk about the lemon situation, and then now everybody is turning. Now they said that Ness was talking about talent, saying that talent is gay, and of course, Reed, the Heart of Philadelphia, really told it right. I've been saying that too, Reed. I've been saying that these people are trying to make y'all look stupid. They really are trying to make y'all look stupid, and they have y'all do stupid stuff, and yeah, and then these people are always playing behind the scenes. This is why I'm like, these people be fighting one day and get back together. Not this season, ho. If you don't see it for me and I see you always doing stupid stuff, oh no. And then some of you all who ain't worth the shit anyhow, y'all ain't getting up on my panel. So let me tell y'all something very, very, very clear, even to that big bump lip hoe over there who want to come up. I only give you a couple of times. And then when I get tired of you, you got to pay your way up. And see, I don't give a damn if you ever come back on my platform. See, that's what y'all understand. Okay? So, yeah, if you blocked and can't type in, I done seen you say something or do something stupid in somebody else's chat, and I just block you from the sky. Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me. I'm blocking hoes from the sky. It's like when the highway patrol used to be in the helicopters and they would give you the ticket like that and you didn't even know. Baby, that's how I'm doing y'all. That's how I'm doing y'all right there. You don't even know. Jay Wilson, I blocked you. I sure did. You said some cross. I saw it. And since you don't like me, then you don't need to be over here. Baby, I am doing reductions. I'm doing some right sizing. Okay. I'm doing some cabinet reductions. Okay. Yeah, we doing that this year. And let me say this. I ain't telling you where you can go and not go. But if I see you doing something crazy, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. A lot of y'all hosts block 2026. I'm just being real. So anyway, yeah. So I don't know where Dirty Fingernails is, but I done dropped the link for her. But she up there probably frying some chicken, knowing her. Anyway, so what else has been going on? They were talking about AI, and then is it me or did Bree go off on talent? Bree don't like talent either. Bree don't like talent either. Let me tell you something. Bree is not dumb. Bree is not a dumb person. Just because you fat, that don't mean you dumb. But all I'm gonna say is when I tell you Bree went off on talent, it was like the spirit got on her. And she just started cussing talent out about the AI. She said, "You mean to tell me you telling us all of this and you doing this?" Ooh, I'm like, okay. I mean, she act like the man was taking her friend job. I'm like, okay, Bree. But Bree went in on talent. I caught that little piece of it because they were talking about AI. And you know, talent is on the cutting edge of everything, baby. He on the cutting edge of everything. Now, I don't know if it's true, but they say that hoe had a cricket phone. I don't know if that's true though. But they said that now they said he had a cricket phone. I don't know because I don't watch that man. Okay, and when I saw that picture of him looking like I'll be not so sure, I said, let me move. I mean, I'm like, look at this old I'll be sure dupe. Okay, this busted I'll be sure brick. Okay, I said, let me get on out of here. Mm-mm. Child, looking like his grandfather owned a plantation in Martinsville, Virginia, in a Hosky, North Carolina. Don't get me started. Anyway, I went to Pluckers today, y'all. I needed me some chicken wings. I really felt some chicken wings. But let me tell you something. I'm making myself eat because I am not full, but I only ate a little egg and bacon, so I better put something in my little stomach. He said that wasn't him. Okay. Okay. Whatever. All right. Anyway, so now these people, and now they said that somebody had a picture of lemon, and now they showing everybody. See, this is why I don't meet with people because baby, these people be snapping pictures and stuff. And see, that's what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? What else is going on, y'all? Honest Row was up there. Now they got on Honest Row case because they felt like Honest Row was trying to take up for Lemon again. So Honest Row, they trying to say you a lemon head. But I'm like, Row, didn't he just talk about you? When he just talking about your hair and all of this? I'm like, I ain't gonna lie. Row avatar was a little different today. It was a little different. It was given very different. So I ain't mad at him. They are saying Brian felt some type of way because Ro is getting closer to Lemon. Really? And you know, Brian was getting a little excited about Lemon. He was like, ooh, Brian, I'm serious. I'm like, I just got visually assaulted. And you talking about something, I wonder what his thing looked like. I'm like, did this hoe just ask me? It was unbelievable. No sympathy, no Jay, but no. He was just concerned about what was between his legs, Jesus. Brian don't go to church. Brian go to Kingdom Hall, baby. Don't call his place a church, baby. He go to Kingdom Hall. And he rarely don't go to that. I think he may do Kingdom Hall online. Child Brian's one of the Michael Jackson, Serena Williams Jehovah Witness. They only call Jehovah Witness and Jehovah when stuff is good. Y'all, I can only eat 2 chicken wings. Ooh, Lord, I'm full. Off of 2 chicken wings. Ooh, Jesus. Y'all, I'm sorry. Baby, I sure am smacking. Yum, see? Except I'm not on camera like some people. Because, honey, some people had them crumbs on their lips, and they had them real pink lips, and that hair, and baby, it was giving clitoris. It was giving clitoris. I'm like, oh my God. I said, do Brian lip, his lips look like twat? This show did. No, it doesn't make you hungry. I only ate 2 wings, ho. So anyway, mind your mouth. Mind your mouth. Mind your mouth, ho. It sounds like you trying to get a little active around here. Mind your mouth, ho. I'll let you get 2 in. I just said I ate 2 wings, ho. That don't sound pretty hungry to me. I ate 2 wings and I'm done. Now you just heard me eating the contents. All right. Simmer that down. Sissy that walk. You gotta tell people, honey, because these whole things they can talk to you any kind of way. You just gotta let them know. Okay. Anyway, y'all, so what Rick Reed said was correct. I heard Rita Hart of Philadelphia, and she really went into detail about how these non-V sector persons our people are playing in the B sector people's faces. They're making y'all do crazy things and making content and money off of you all. And it's almost like you all are a social experiment to them. And you got people like Goosey, bitch, we got action. I'm getting ready to block you. See how that works? Bitch, don't play me. I'm too old to be playing with these hoes and sissies. Move on. These punks. But anyway, yeah, because that's what they do. And this is why I kept on saying Goosey is no different than Talent, except he's not as obnoxious, but the things are still the same. They still do the same thing. They come in and they stir stuff up between content creators to do that. And that's why I look at them with the side eye. You know what I'm saying? And so it is what it is. And yeah, yeah. Just look at them with the side eye. And people get caught up with that. And like when they went to Las Vegas, baby, that was a setup. He wanted them to look stupid. First of all, he took them to a speakeasy, not a restaurant, but a speakeasy. No major food served, only drinks. You know, my mama say them people up north, they'll give you something to drink, but they won't feed you. So again, he gave them caviar on crackers. Now you know that these people getting ready to do that, but he wanted y'all to spit that caviar out because he wanted the people to know that you all were not refined like he was. And that's what he did. And that's what his whole focus was, because he gets a kick out of thinking that he's better than anybody else. And all I can say is you just a big old hunk of dirt like everybody else that God blew into. And you may have made better decisions and choices, but that don't mean you better than people. And I caught that even in Las Vegas. And he really didn't want to be around them. But anyway, that was a scene and he wanted people to see. Even finesscation, all of that kind of stuff. So I look at that kind of stuff. And then this boxing match, which I thought was extremely, extremely corny, very corny. I'm like, okay, so y'all gonna put gloves on and box. Anyway. Yeah, they could have went to a sports bar. He could have gotten them something that they really wanted. But he knew they didn't want that caviar. He knew they didn't want that. He knew that they didn't want that. And if it was good shit, they would have had a mother of pearl spoon and placed it on the cracker. Them bitches look like Ritz crackers. I'm like, okay, but they dipping it in the cracker. I'm like, where's the mother of pearl spoon? So you won't spoil the taste. That's why I knew that was cheap caviar. That was Asatrova. It was not Petrosian Beluga. Come on now. Dynasty told you. She said, I wouldn't know. She said that's Asatrova, and I prefer Petrosian Beluga. Yeah. So I guess that shit was Asatrova. Oh my God. Look. I don't know what's going on with Duchess Kelly Love. And I don't know what's going on with Brian and Duchess Kelly Love. I stay out of that. Because when he showed that man teeth and he showed his canine teeth, I'm like, Duchess, that ain't right. The man just got his braces off. Could you just cut that man some slack? You know what I'm saying? Duchess don't care. Duchess don't care. So I try to stay out of that. I think Brian has nice glasses. I do. I think Brian's glasses are nice. I see Brian is slimming down. I see a bone in his face, though. I see his cheekbones. And the next thing you know, they'll say something wrong with him, too. I'm just saying. These hoes don't care. That's why I sit there and look at this one. The one who was asking for the link, she looked like she got water on her chest. Okay, she looked like she got fluid retention all up in her upper body, her upper extremities. And then she want to come for somebody. Anyway, so y'all, what's the deal between Bree and Talent? What did Talent do to Bree? Because Bree really did go in on Talent about that universal wage or universal whatever that is, and she went through. She went. I mean, she really went in on Talent. I'm like, what did Talent do to Bree? Because Bree did go in. What else was going on? Oh yeah, the lovely love situation. Yeah, she was causing Pizarro's numbers to drop. She don't understand that she a panic killer. And then she got mad when I started talking about them cigarettes. Okay, and she did tell. Now y'all heard Lovely Love say that if Brian suck his two fingers, he'll suck a dick because he gay. Did we not hear Lovely Love say that? She said it. She said it. She said it right in front of Brian. And this is what I'm saying. That hoe don't have no filter. But then when you pop out on that hoe, then she get real mad. And she got real touch in her spirit about her little husband, her little teenage husband at the time. Okay, this whole 45, her husband 20. Okay, I know his mama almost flipped out. He was like, that whole old enough to be your grandmama. Anyway, but she said, well, I'm tired of taking care of your ass. If she gonna do it, then let her do it. Anyhow. So what else is going on, y'all? I just came up here for y'all tonight. It ain't too much going on. I ain't trying to make nothing up. I'm just enjoying it. Lemon, they said, is you drunk? Are you playing games? What you doing? You been hitting all the men's up. And to be honest, Vivian felt a little some kind of way. She said, oh, that was for you. That was for you. All for you. Okay, she said it's all for you, Jay. Because Lemon didn't even know that Vivian could see in the back. He just thought I only had access. But baby Vivian saw all of it. All of it. It was touching his chest and stuff. I'm like, what is you doing? You know, I'm like, and then again, it's just like somebody child you done grew up with, and they trying to seduce you, and you know they mama. I'm like, girl, you know what I mean? Me and your mama the same age. We graduated about the same time out of high school. Okay? I'm like, okay, why you trying to holler at me? I don't want no scrub. No, I don't want your number. No, you can't have mine. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a bum who ain't getting no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side, hollering, trying to summon on. Okay, I don't want no scrub. I don't want no scrub. Yeah, he'll catch. He a lot of something. I felt like virtual Eli and Michael Jackson. Uh-huh. And Rick was like, you don't know, I could have called the cops on you because I didn't ask for that. I didn't say, hey, Lemon, take your shirt off. I just said, Lemon, cam up. I thought he was going to cam up for everybody. I thought he was going to show me that eye. I wanted to see the eye. I was focused on seeing where that eye go. That's what my whole focus was. I didn't know I was going to get nipple gate and tattoo gate, okay, and belly button. Okay, and duck lip, powdered duck lips, and squinty eyes. I'm like, is you trying to be sissy? I'm like, is this just a way to be sissy? I'm like, is you trying to allure me? Is it, yeah? Do you like it, Jay Wilson? Do you like it? I'm like, can I take a poll? I mean, like, what do you think, Jay Wilson? You look like a man. How Miss Swan say you look like a man? Okay, it's just like, okay. And then here come Brian. Ooh, Brian, I don't know. You really did something to my spirit last night. I thought you was gonna be like, Jay, man, I'm sorry that that happened to you. No, you didn't care nothing about my feelings. You didn't care about what I had witnessed. All you cared about is how his chest looked. I bet Lemon, and then you start fantasizing about Lemon thing, and I bet you got a big booty, and I'm like, oh, I just got visually assaulted, and you can't think about nothing. Y'all hoes is so selfish. It's just selfish. I'm so sick of that. Say, Jay Wilson, are you okay? Or what? Why would he do that, Jay Wilson? No, you up there talking about something. What happened? And all you care about yourself, and then you was getting your whole fantasy on. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, is he getting pleasure off of my story? Okay. Nasty thing. Anyway, so what y'all think? What y'all think? And then the girls talking about somebody was oogling over him. I said, no, I wasn't. Like I said, me and Vivian sat there in shock. I'm like, why are you doing this? And why are you reclining back? Oh, Octavius, Vivian saw it. Vivian saw it. And then Octavius, just before he had came to me, he did the same thing to Rick Reed. And Rick Reed called out, and this is the thing. This is why I know the story is true, and this is why I believe Stephen. Because Rick Reed and I do not communicate. I don't have Rick's phone number. I don't have Rick's email. I don't ever get in contact with Rick Reed. So for what Rick Reed said before me, and not even looking at Rick, because I was on. I didn't know Rick was on when I was on, right? And we say almost the exact thing. And then Stephen came on to say, yeah, that's what he did to me. Okay. I'm like, okay. It's a pattern, not a pattern. Not the 2-syllable pattern. It's the 3-syllable pattern that's going on. So, yeah. Yeah. And Ro would have got it too had he stayed on that phone long enough. Because baby, it looked like Lemon was on the prowl. Like sinners, he was looking at who house he can come in, who gonna invite me into the house. A pattern, not a pattern, but a pattern. See, Octavius, these y'all straight people coming over here. All these straight people. Mm-hmm. But Rick told it, and I didn't know all of that was going on with Rick. And then he was doing a little squint because I don't think he was wanting to see me. This is why I know Lemon set this up because he was far enough that I couldn't see his eyes, but he was giving pouty lips. He was giving like duck lips, and he was squinting. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Let me know that's true. He always laughing stuff off, but baby, it was me and Rick and Stefan. And baby, out of the mouth of 2 or 3, every word shall be established. I don't see why y'all think that man light skinned. To me, Lemon is not light skinned. Lemon is mid range. He's on the spectrum of a lighter hue, but he's not light skinned. Now I know some people who are like almost fair till they got a nice light crispy apple. What's that apple with that yellow kind of, yeah, it ain't a red. And then they said Rodney was light skinned. Rodney is brown skinned. He's a light brown skin, but Rodney ain't light skinned. Y'all act like he is fair and I've seen light skin. I'm not even light skinned. Ugh. Baby, you couldn't tell Lemon he wasn't fine, baby. He was all touching on his chest and talking about, what do you think, Jay Wilson? I'm like, okay. I was just looking for the eye. I didn't know I was going to get 2 nipples and a belly button. Okay, and squinty eyes and a duck pouted lip and then a bunch of tattoos. But then Rick Reed said he was wiggling his little hips for him. I'm like, oh my God. All I can think of my mind was I looked over to the left, a reflection of myself. Ooh, there goes my shirt right over my head. Oh my, ooh, I'm turning red. Who could this be? Ooh, I looked over to the left. I was feeling so good. I had to touch myself. I looked over to the left. Baby, it was a lot of looking over to the left and right and down the center. I'm like, what is this? Who 55? Who 55? He's a Thessalonian. He's a lesbian. Baby, let me tell you about my grandmama. I tried to use that word on my grandmama. One of my friends came home and I said, Grandma, I said, she's a thespian. And my grandmama looked at her. She said, ooh, you such a pretty girl. You don't have to do that. She said, you so pretty. It's like, okay, so I guess you said lesbians couldn't be pretty, but she didn't understand that a thespian was an actress. I had to say, no, grandmama, not a lesbian, a thespian. She's an actress. She said, oh, okay, praise the Lord. She said, you're a pretty girl. You don't have to. Ah! But I don't think Lemon was acting. I don't think Lemon was acting. I don't, and he kept on mentioning Rick Reed. I don't know. Okay, you say he's a thespian. I think he was truly drunk. But anyway, it is what it is. Come on, tweet. Shout out to the Gen X. But they say he been avoiding it all day. They say he been avoiding it all day. He probably don't remember it. Yes, he does. And Rick Reed said he hung up on him. And I guess Lemon like that. Lemon like rejection and Lemon like people to talk harsh to him. Ooh, he like a hard talking, harsh talk. That thing turn him on. Anyway, y'all, anything else from y'all? Because I'm getting ready to close it up. I just came on for a little while. Let me see how much time I got here. An hour, that's good. Nobody don't have nothing to say. ZT, you could have came up, but they say you allegedly on Tina and you don't have a quick, they said you don't got a good attention span. They said you got to be doing something. You up there probably cooking breakfast and stuff and washing the sink. I don't know. Allegedly. All right. Anybody else going once? Going twice? All right. Well, look, y'all, it has been real. I want y'all to be careful out there. Thank y'all for coming over. If you live in the Northeast, definitely be careful. Y'all getting another round of snow. Please stay out of the path of these fallen trees. It's a lot. So do what you got to do. Picking up lint. Okay. All right. Picking them off the sweaters. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wear a sweater tomorrow. I think I'm gonna wear a sweater. I got a nasty piece of sweater. I think I'm gonna wear it tomorrow. So anyway, y'all, thank y'all for coming on. Peace and love. Bye.